Welcome to Hello Fort Hueneme. I'm your host Tom Dunn, and today we are starting a feature called City Council Meeting Review. And after every City Council meeting, I'm going to discuss what went on at the meeting, and I plan to do that on most of the occasions with Laura Hernandez. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me.
Laura's been involved in Ventura County politics and working here for a number of years, and she's very knowledgeable, and I'm going to let her explain to you and tell you about some of your background and why we thought you'd be a wonderful asset for the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here, and I think it's a very exciting project that you're working on. The opportunity to talk about and share with the community what's going on in our local politics and our city council. And my background actually has been in local government. I've been in local government for over 30 years. I started with the City of Los Angeles in the office of the City Administrative Officer, and then went on to work for the City of Santa Monica as an emergency manager. And so I've been in emergency management for over 30 years. And you know, that field has afforded me the opportunity to work with all levels of government, local, state, federal, government, nonprofits, private sector, and it's afforded me the opportunity to learn about local government, because in emergency management you have to work with every single city, county agency and understand their functions and their roles and responsibilities.
And with what's going on in Port Hueneme, understanding how government works here, how it should work, and where you've been and you've seen it work, I'm sure that'll be an asset for us to let the people know when they watch this that this comes from some experience.
Right. Well, I've been a resident of Port Hueneme for 20 years, and I've been watching over these years the goings-on of the city, and attended city council meetings, and I've served on several local boards and committees. I have also most recently been involved in 3 campaigns. I was involved in the campaign for Ventura County Supervisor, supporting Kelly Long. Also the candidacy for Martin Hernandez, who was running for Board of Supervisor, and then later on has City Council of Santa Paula, and then Stephen Gama has also helped him. So during that process, I learned a lot about the local political climate and the issues and some of the things we'll be talking about here with relationship to the city of Port Hueneme.
That is a fabulous asset, because not only knowing how the city councils work and the people that you have represented, the people, we don't have a radio station, we don't have TV,
right.
We don't have our own newspaper, so this, I think, is a great opportunity to give people of Port Hueneme some insight and knowledge as to what's going on in their city. And the number of people I've talked to since the election is that we really need to be more involved. And the city people, we had the senior luncheon, and there were a number of people from the city that said, we want the people to be involved.
Right.
And they need to be informed,
right,
if they're going to be involved.
Right.
I'd like to ask you, you've been around, you said you've been to city council meetings in various places. What do you see that the city council, the new city council that was put in place a couple weeks ago, needs to focus on to help Port Hueneme be the place that we really want it to be?
Right. Well, we certainly have some fiscal troubles that the city council needs to delve into and resolve. I would hope that they would invite the participation of our local citizenry to offer ideas and volunteer to help the city create this culture of community involvement and engagement. I think there are a lot of talented individuals, people in our community who have something to offer and can bring ideas to the table. So if the city council is open to that, I would like to see more of that occur. It would be wonderful for us to focus on building that community spirit here in Port Hueneme through engagement, through civic engagement.
I think my understanding of what's gone on in the last number of years, that has been absent. And I think it is vital that that be included. And in the shows that we've done on Hello Port Hueneme, we have run into fabulous people, you know, that are doing things here and really have energy. And again, the senior luncheon show, people responded immediately, and all we have to do is to tap into that.
Right.
And I think it'll be a great benefit for everybody. We just hired a new city manager, Rod Butler, and based on what you've seen before in that position, what would you like to see Mr. Butler focus on and do that would be of an asset?
All right, well, the role of the city manager is to serve as the chief executive for the city and the administrative arm of the city council. I'm hopeful that he will bring some balance to the city council and establish a high standard of professionalism among the city council and city staff. But more than that, I hope he'll also be open to inviting the public, the city residents, to bring their talents and their ideas to city council meeting. So we have more of a participatory government, a more collaborative government. And while he's not really a public figure, he, in a small town like this, I think needs to be.
Just one thing about Rod Butler, at the meeting before this one, I had mentioned in the open discussion that we needed more and better follow-up on things that the citizens had mentioned in open discussion, where before there, you hardly ever heard that anybody got back to them and gave them an answer. And so at the meeting last night, Rod Butler talked about 10 things that either the public or the city council members had brought up, and he gave answers to each and every one of those as to who was handling it, when an answer would probably be available, and that they were looking into it, and a couple things got solved. So that is a great step forward.
That's a great start.
If we have the city manager and the council and the people all headed working together,
right,
it's going to be a big boom for the city. And I know the council is going to take under consideration a cost allocation of the funds available, and there is some issues with that. Can you enlighten the viewers a little bit on the cost allocation plan?
Well, my understanding of cost allocation plan, I haven't been involved in cost allocation plan for many, many years. I was a budget analyst with the City of Los Angeles almost 30 years ago. But the purpose of the cost allocation plan, which I think is important for the public to understand, is to assess what our indirect costs are. What are the costs of doing business here for our city? And what are the, what do departments charge each other for providing these services? And it's a basis for formulating our budget. And I think it's important for our city manager to be able to communicate the purpose of our cost allocation plan to the public, because it's a very complicated document, and I can't say that I totally understand it or the methodology and how they arrive at the cost allocation percentages or units or points, whatever they use. But I think in order to promote transparency, I think we need to communicate what the purpose of this plan is to the public so they can have that level of participation that we're hoping for.
Well, that's what we hope to do here, is get the information out so people will be educated and can make good decisions. I'd like to really urge people to come to the city council meetings as if you can on every other Monday, or first and third Monday of every week, every other week, because that's where you hear and see what's going on. If you can't make it, check out the live streaming at the city website, and we will be doing these reviews after every city council meeting, and we would appreciate any feedback that the residents of Port Hueneme want to give us, any participation we would truly enjoy, and I hope that we can learn how to do this to be most effective and thank you very much, Laura.
Thank you.
I look to having you back, and as the city council gets into more definite issues, they're a new city council now, and it takes time to ramp up. There's going to be many, many important issues, and we hope to be able to cover that for you. Thank you for watching Hello Port Hueneme, and we'll see you at the next show.